Welcome, adventurers, to Hidden Earth Wonders. Today, we're diving into 5 of the most dangerous hidden places tourists love to explore. From foggy cliffside roads to snake-infested islands and fiery pits of doom. These places aren't just risky, they're downright deadly. But for some reason, travelers can't stay away. If danger calls your name, then you're in for a thrill. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a journey to Earth's most extreme and mysterious locations. 1. Death Road, Bolivia. Imagine riding a bike inches from the edge of a 2,000-foot cliff. No guardrails, no second chances. Welcome to Death Road, Bolivia, officially known as El Camino de la Muerte. This treacherous route stretches about 40 miles, winding from the high-altitude capital of La Paz through the clouds and down into the dense Amazon rainforest town of Coroico. Along the way, the altitude drops over 11,000 feet, making it one of the steepest descents in the world. The road itself? A narrow ribbon of dirt and gravel, often no more than 10 feet wide. And here's the terrifying part, it's carved right into the mountainside. On one side, a jagged rock wall. On the other, a sheer vertical drop into oblivion. Thick clouds and fog can appear out of nowhere, shrouding everything in a ghostly mist. Waterfalls spill across the path, turning it slick and unstable. And during the rainy season, landslides and rockfalls are common, often without warning. You're not just riding a bike here. You're playing a high-stakes game with nature. Despite all this, thousands of adrenaline junkies take on the challenge every year. Why? For the thrill, yes, but also for the unreal views. At every turn, the Andes Mountains unfold before you, towering cliffs drop away into the clouds, and lush green jungles seem to rise up from the deep. It's breathtaking in more ways than one, but the road has a dark past. Before a safer bypass was built, hundreds of vehicles used this road daily, including buses and trucks. With barely enough space to pass and no barriers to stop them, over 200 people lost their lives here every year. Drivers had to follow one unusual rule. Descending vehicles had the right-of-way and drivers were required to drive on the left side, the cliffside, for better visibility when passing. One slip of the wheel and it was over. Today, tour companies have turned the road into a must-do experience for extreme cyclists. You get a helmet, you get a bike, and you get to stare straight into the abyss as you ride the infamous Death Road. Some say it's the ride of a lifetime. Others call it madness. But one thing is certain. Death Road isn't just dangerous, it demands respect. Would you ride it? Let us know in the comments below. 2. Snake Island, Brazil. About 90 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo, there's an island that even locals fear to mention. A place so deadly, it's been nicknamed the Island of No Return. Welcome to Ilha de Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. At first glance, it looks like paradise. Lush greenery, ocean breeze, untouched beaches. But beneath those trees and along every path slithers a terrifying truth. This 106-acre island is infested with golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes on Earth. They're not just poisonous, they're specialists in death. Experts estimate there's one snake for every square meter, which means with every single step, you're never more than a few feet away from a silent, camouflaged killer. Some say the number is closer to 4,000 serpents, all packed onto a space smaller than New York's Central Park. And these aren't just ordinary snakes. Golden lanceheads have evolved in isolation for thousands of years, growing more venomous than their mainland relatives. Why? Because their main prey, birds, escape quickly. So nature turned up the intensity. Their venom doesn't just kill. It melts flesh, causing internal bleeding, kidney failure, and brain hemorrhaging. It's one of the few snake venoms that can dissolve tissue, a truly gruesome end. And here's the terrifying part. There's no hospital, no rescue chopper, no phone signal. One bite and your survival window shrinks to minutes. It's why the Brazilian Navy declared the island off-limits, except for a select few. Only approved scientists and herpetologists are allowed to visit, and even then, they come with strict safety protocols. They camp on the boat, wear protective gear, and carry multiple doses of anti-venom. Still, many say the risk is barely worth it. But legends persist. Stories of fishermen who ignored the warnings, never to return. Rumors of hidden treasure, protected by the island's deadly guardians. and whispers that the last lighthouse keeper, stationed there decades ago, didn't survive his final shift. Even with all the danger, Snake Island fascinates adventurers and snake lovers worldwide. Why? Because it's the ultimate test of courage, the forbidden island that dares you to enter and tries to keep you forever. Would you set foot on Snake Island even for $1 million? Drop your answer in the comments. Three, Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. Welcome to one of the most extreme environments on Earth. A place where science fiction meets brutal reality. This is the Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. Here, temperatures regularly exceed 125 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than Death Valley and almost too hot for human life. And yet, it isn't just the heat that makes this place deadly. The ground hisses. Toxic gases like sulfur dioxide and chlorine rise from the earth in invisible waves. Pools of acid bubble in electric green, yellow, and blood red, thanks to a strange cocktail of minerals and volcanic heat. The terrain looks alien, like the surface of Venus or Mars, and walking here, dangerous. The crust is thin in places. One misstep and you could fall into scalding acidic water. This is one of the lowest points on Earth, sitting nearly 100 meters below sea level. It lies at the junction of three tectonic plates, a place where the Earth is literally being torn apart. As the plates drift, molten rock seeps upward, fueling active volcanoes, bubbling geysers, and salt chimneys. And yet, despite all this, despite the danger, tourists come, researchers come, explorers come. Why? Because there is nowhere else like it. The Danakil Depression is a place of paradox. Beautiful, yet fatal. Hypnotic, yet repelling. Some even call it the gateway to hell. And here's something truly fascinating. In 2016, scientists discovered microbial life in the acidic pools. Tiny Or the boiling lake, Dominica. Deep in the emerald heart of Dominica's Morne Chua Pitons National Park, hidden by thick jungle and rising mist, lies one of Earth's strangest and most dangerous wonders. The boiling lake. Yes, boiling. This isn't a hot spring or a bubbling mud pot. It's a lake more than 200 feet wide, constantly roiling, steaming, and spitting heat like a giant witch's cauldron. The temperature near the edges can reach 180 degrees Fahrenheit, 82 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to cause severe burns with a single splash. And at the center, it's simply too dangerous to measure. The gases and pressure make it nearly impossible to get close without serious risk. The lake itself sits inside a collapsed volcanic crater, and it's fed by rainwater and groundwater that seep into the earth, superheat from molten lava deep below, and rise back up as scalding steam. You won't hear birds singing here. You'll hear hissing steam, boiling water, and the eerie groans of a restless earth. Getting there is no easy feat. You have to hike for hours through dense rainforest, cross rivers, climb slippery rocks, and breathe in sulfur-rich air that smells like rotten eggs. Some say the hike is one of the toughest in the Caribbean, muddy, wet, and steep. But for those who push through, they're greeted with a sight that looks like it belongs on another planet. A ghostly gray pool, shrouded in mist, forever bubbling, seething with power. It's one of only a handful of boiling lakes in the entire world. And it's the second largest known boiling lake on Earth. But be warned, this lake is alive. Sometimes its water level drops without warning, exposing the cracked crater floor beneath. Other times it rises and churns violently, spewing steam and gas into the surrounding jungle. Falling in is not an option. Survival? Almost impossible. There's no rescue, no time. The lake could literally cook you alive. And yet, tourists come, adventurers come. They hike for hours, fueled by curiosity and the need to witness one of Earth's strangest displays of geothermal energy. Why? Because places like this remind us of something powerful. That nature is wild, unpredictable, and absolutely awe-inspiring. Would you make the trek to the edge of Earth's boiling heart? Let us know in the comments. 5. Gates of Hell, Turkmenistan. What happens when scientists drill into the earth and unleash something they can't control? In the heart of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert, a vast and unforgiving sea of sand, lies a pit that seems straight out of a nightmare. A place so surreal, so unnatural, they call it the Gates of Hell. It started in 1971 when Soviet geologists were exploring for oil. They drilled, expecting to hit black gold. Instead, they hit a massive underground cavern filled with natural gas. Moments later, the ground collapsed, swallowing their equipment and forming a crater 230 feet wide and 70 feet deep. The scientists had a decision to make. Fearing the gas could spread and poison nearby communities, they did something bold. They set it on fire, thinking it would burn out in a few days. But the flames never stopped. Over 50 years later, the crater still burns endlessly, day and night, like a gaping wound in the Earth's crust. You can see it glowing from miles away, especially at night when the desert falls silent and the flames rage on. Bright orange fire licks the edges of the crater. Heat rolls across the sand even from a distance. The air smells of gas and scorched rock. And the ground? It's unstable, cracked, rumbling. Still, that doesn't stop the curious. Tourists from around the world trek through the desert to stand at the edge of this fiery abyss. They camp beside it. They take selfies. Some even roast marshmallows over the flames, laughing nervously as the earth roars beneath them. But when you really stand there, something shifts. You feel the intensity, the ancient power beneath your feet. It's not just a fire pit. It's a reminder of how thin the line is between our world and the raw, untamed forces below. Some locals believe the crater is cursed. Others see it as a symbol of mankind's arrogance and accidental monument to our inability to control nature. And now there are talks of extinguishing it. The Turkmen government has announced plans to close the crater, citing environmental concerns. But for now, the gates of hell remain open. Would you dare stand at the edge of Earth's eternal fire? Or would you stay far, far away? Tell us in the comments. There's so much more waiting beneath the surface. So, would you visit any of these places? Which one thrilled you the most? Let us know in the comments. The world is full of hidden wonders. Some beautiful, some deadly, and some too dangerous to resist. If you loved this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping places you've never heard of but will never forget. This is Hidden Earth Wonders. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep exploring.